The super team era in the NBA is over. In this day and age, the NBA is more skilled than it's ever been, and role players matter more than they ever have before. If you look at each team competing for a championship right now, each team has at least 7 players that they can rely on to make a defensive stop or get a bucket. 7 players at least. The Suns have 3. They have Chris Paul, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker. I guess you can make an argument for DeAndre Ayton, but he's proved to be unreliable, and they have some of the worst depth in the league. I said from the jump that the Kevin Durant trade was terrible for the Suns, and it wouldn't bode well for their future. And obviously they didn't make the trade for future, they made the trade for now. That doesn't mean KD played bad, it's just the structure of this roster is terrible, and there's no room for improvement. Going into next year, the Suns have 6 players under contract, yet they are still $7 million over the cap. But that's not the main reason why that for the next 3 years, the Suns stand pretty much no chance in the Western Conference. Tonight was a perfect example. Outside of Jokic, Murray, and Porter, the Suns have multiple players who can go and get them a bucket or make a defensive stop. KCP, Bruce Brown, Aaron Gordon. KCP was a perfect example tonight, dropping 19 points in the first half. The Suns have nobody outside of those 4 who could do what KCP just did. Yes, you could say Landry Shamet had 4 threes in the fourth quarter. Big deal. Not consistent. Not going to happen. The Suns have terrible quality role players, and the problem is they have absolutely no way to improve based on how they are constructed. Here are the highest caliber players that it's possible for the Suns to get next year. Victor Oladipo, Joe Ingles, Yuta Watanabe, Reggie Bullock, and maybe like a Markieff Morris reunion. There's players similar to that caliber, and that's the best the Suns can do. This is the only way the Suns team can be constructed. It's going to have to be low quality role players around KD, Book, and Paul. Oladipo is a diamond in the rough in this free agency class because he's probably going to get the minimum, but because of his injury history and how old he is, the Suns maybe can scoop him up and get another scorer because that's what they need. They have no other scorers they can rely on. So regardless, the Suns are going to come back next season with the exact same team. The personnel will look different, but the caliber of players around those big 3 are going to be the exact same. The only moving pieces they can do are maybe trade DeAndre Ayton, but his value is so low right now, it's hard for me to believe that they can really improve from trading Ayton. You can't rely on health either. All right, Chris Paul has been injured in every single playoff he's played with the Suns. He's also like 37, 38 years old. Kevin Durant is aging and he gets injured all the time. You can't rely on health. So when you have no players to back them up and no potential to get good role players, playing KD and D-Book 45 minutes a night is not sustainable in a long 82 game season. So I just don't see a way that the Suns can get the personnel on their roster to compete. Teams around the league are getting deeper and deeper and deeper, and the Suns just have no way to evolve to how the league is right now. They have no way to become deeper in any way due to their salary cap situation. So look, I'm hoping the Suns can prove me wrong. I like the Suns fans, they're a good fan base and they deserve a lot. I just wish that they didn't pull the KD trigger. Again, it's not about KD. KD's a superstar, but they need guys like Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, and those 4 first-round picks, it could turn into a Brooklyn Nets situation. You could see the Suns in 2027 be a lottery team based on how they're constructed, and then they won't have their pick. I'm just saying it could go down the drain for the Phoenix Suns. Anyways, guys, that'll do it for this video. But yeah, hopefully they could prove me wrong, somehow pull off a trade, get better somehow, but it's going to be the same team with different shitty personnel next year, so